Oh my goodness. We're doing it, y'all. Friday, March 11th. How you doing? My name is Hal Rudnick, and I'll tell you what. I tried to fit in a last handful of this little nut medley that I prepared for myself. Do you like a nut medley out there? Well, I was having myself a little nut medley. And you caught me chewing. You caught me chewing, you silly goose. I'm so glad to have you here, though. It's Friday, the 11th, as I said, just after 11, just after 11. And you are right here, locked in to the Your Pal Hal show. That's right, I am Hal Rudnick. We are on Backchannel. And we're going to be here for the next 2 hours having all sorts of fun. Here's what we got in store. Fun. I just said that. Laughs, good times, goofs, gags, shenanigans. And we're going to talk about news, pop culture, movies. Also, believe it or not, who's the most famous person in the world? Wrong. It's Batman. Okay? His movie, blowing up. Batman, I have it on good authority. He may very well stop by today. That's right. That's right. We may have a visit from the Caped Crusader. So something to look forward to. Something to look forward to there. Big time. And I'm so happy to have you on board. We are going to have too much fun. I'll tell you one thing. This is the God's honest truth. This show, the Your Pal Hal show, is better when you are a part of it. That's right. So there are a couple of ways that you can get involved right here on the Your Pal Hal show. If you're listening on your smart device, get your smart device's attention. Use the magic word "say," and then drop in anything you want after that. And I want to know what you're up to. I want to know what you're snacking on, whether it's a nut medley or a nutrageous candy bar or some Nutella. Some people call it Nutella. Let me know what you're snacking on. Let me know what you're doing. What are you, working from home? What are you doing, a little online shopping? What are you painting? Are you painting a mural on the wall of your living room? Delightful. Just, you are welcome here, regardless of what you're doing. I want to know. So, get your smart device's attention and tell us what you're doing. It goes like this. Smart device, then you use the magic word, "say." And then you drop in anything you want after that. Smart device, say, "I'm painting a mural on the wall of my living room." Smart device, say, "I'm sitting on my front porch whittling." You know, whittling with a knife and a stick. Or smart device, say, "I am looking at the blueprints of a major financial institution in my area because I'm going to pull a bank heist." I mean, first off, don't rob banks. I mean, listen, I don't want to push my politics on you. Maybe don't rob banks. But if you want to be a success, I wouldn't go leaving like a trail of like, I talked about my impending bank robbery on this live streaming show. So if you're going to rob a bank, that's like fascinating. So if you want to talk about your impending bank robbery right here on the Your Pal Hal show, that I'm just consider me fascinated, but a little bit like dubious. All right. So smart device say I'm looking at the blueprints for the local bank that I'm gonna knock over. If that is your Friday afternoon. Or you can chat with us via YouTube. You can join the chat there, or go to backchannel.tv, chat with us, and or leave a review of the Your Pal Hal show, and we'll have some fun from there. And when you leave a review of the show, you can say, I wish Hal would stop encouraging people to rob banks. Or, I like that Hal provides a safe space for people to talk about robbing banks. Or, Hal inspired me to become a bank robber. I hope not. I don't want to be... I'm out. I don't want to aid or abet any bank robberies. All right? Sorry. I have a pretty tight don't get involved in any bank robberies stance. Sorry. But yeah, it is Friday. TGIF. Am I right, you guys? The weekend couldn't have come around soon enough. Couldn't have come too soon. And I would like to welcome to the show a friend of mine, a pal of yours and mine. He's got his hands steadily on the wheel. Producer Travis. Travis. All right, we finally got that.
Happy 311 Day, everybody.
Oh!
Happy 311 Day. This is the only day that you're legally required to listen to 311 all day long.
Oh, yeah. I listened to a little 311 in college. I didn't own any of their music, but it was...
That'll do you.
It was during their heyday when I was in school.
What a glorious day it was.
What a glorious day it was. Travis, nice to see you. And I like the inclusion of sound effects and stuff.
We're working on it.
Yes. Oh, Grass Puddle with a good comment there. Thank you, Grass Puddle. I'm not going to spoil that. I will spring that on everyone in a moment. Our friend Grass Puddle. Travis, let me ask you a question. Are you going to do any more, are you going to swallow deeply next to the microphone again today? Or are you going to take us through more of that ASMR? Hold that thought. It is 11:11. That's what Grass Puddle warned me about, or tipped me off to. It's 11:11. Make a wish. All right, I made a wish. And here is the thing about wishes. Whether you are wishing on a star, wishing on a wishing well, wishing on birthday candles, wishing at 11:11, or any other internationally designated wish scenarios, do not tell your wish to anyone. Otherwise, your wish will not come true. All right? I'm not going to let you know what my wish was. So with that being said, Travis, what was your wish?
Can't tell you that.
Nicely done. I just can I eat nuts while I'm on the show?
Hey,
that's probably a bad idea. Probably
whose name is on the show?
Yeah. Hey, welcome to Hal's
Nut Corner.
Nut Corner. Listen, this show though, Travis.
Yes.
It's so snack forward that it would just make sense for me to snack during the show. The only thing is I'm supposed to be talking for the majority of the time, and so that gets in the way. and then I have to. Yeah, it becomes a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Schaefer, our friend, says 311 is a garbage band, and in my opinion, they were garbage people in high school. Ha! Rob Schaefer, shots fired.
Whoa, this sounds like personal experience.
Well, yeah. What the? I mean, are they from Omaha, Nebraska, like Warren Buffett and so many other people you've turned us on to, Rob? Or, yeah, I don't know. Some people say 311.
They are 100% from Omaha, Nebraska.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Interesting.
That's so funny.
You know what,
What,
some
you're
people
telling
say
me-
about 311?
What?
What's the 11th letter of the alphabet, Travis?
K.
I'll give you. Say it again.
K.
Yes. What are three? What are three of those?
Oh. Boo.
I don't know.
No.
No, I didn't just. I'm not the first person to say that.
Okay, so the band's name
Don't-
originates from the police code for indecent exposure in Omaha after the original guitarist for the band was arrested for streaking.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, look at that. Rob Schaefer says, yes, I went to high school with Peanut and Nick Hexum.
That's funny. For the
Wow.
record, I don't really like 311 that much. It's just it's funny to celebrate 311 Day in this regard, but I didn't. That's really funny.
You know what I call 311?
Huh.
The poor man's sublime.
Wow. Yeah. You can get there. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I appreciate the thoughts and opinions always of Rob Schaefer, the official attorney of the Your Pal Hal show.
What hasn't this guy touched?
Also, I want to mention Debbie Butterfield said, "Have you ever watched the bank robbery scene in the movie Heat? That's a blueprint for bank robbery, unless you don't like guns." Well, I don't like. I mean, listen, I respect people's right to bear arms, responsibly. And I've shot guns in my time, and when I was a kid, and I had a BB gun when I was a kid. Whatever. Yeah, I'm not like a super gun guy, but I love the movie Heat. Debbie Butterfield. Oh God, that's probably a top 5 movie for me. Call me like just like a listen, I'm a simple man and with simple pleasures, and Heat is one of them. Travis, back to your deep swallowing right into the microphone. How much of that are you going to subject the audience to today?
It depends on how many of your friends yell at me.
Oh my word! Oh my word! A defiant Travis indeed.
I've come with
Travis,
terms.
any other news notes from the past? What have you been up to in the past 22 hours?
Wrapping up my time here with the family. I'm going to be taking off after our show, basically, immediately. And I have not yet decided if I'm going to go all the way home or if I'm going to stop halfway for the night in the Bay Area. And I will have to make that decision within an hour of my trip because it's not exactly the same thing. You got to kind of, am I going to go through Sacramento or am I not going to go through Sacramento, you know?
Sacktown.
Sacktown. Big Sack, baby.
Yeah. Home of DeMontis Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox and the Sacramento Kings.
And Pachamama Coffee Company, which my friend runs, and I recommend it. They're very good.
Fabulous. Very nice. The wife and I went out for dinner last night. We had some very, very tasty Mexican food at our favorite Mexican restaurant in Los Angeles, Lares.
Got it. It's locked in.
I had a skinny girl margarita.
Ooh. Well, how does that differ from a traditional margarita?
It's less like sugar and syrup.
Okay. So their traditional marg, is it frozen?
What's a skinny margarita? No, and it's not a skinny girl margarita. That's a company. That's a brand. Here, what's a skinny? What's a skinny?
This is
I
interesting.
started ordering that because my wife orders that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not trying. You know me, love snacks, but here's the contradiction: I'm wary of a sugar bomb. I'm not trying. I am not courting sugar bombs here. My dad had diabetes, and it really left an impression on me where I'm like, oh, yeah, I want to, as I get older, I want to be careful because my dad went blind from diabetes. And and had just all sorts of complications. So I'm like, you know what?
Condolences.
I'm like, I'm careful because sugar is very like sugar's like a little burglar. Sugar sneaks in. Not, I mean, that's like a little just like cat burglar. Like it sneaks into everything. It's like you're eating something. It's like this is pretty good. Let me look at the nutritional content, and it's like, damn, sugar came to the party and brought all his friends.
That's why I
A
only eat
skinny
rocks.
margarita. Say again.
So that's why I only eat rocks.
There you go. Only eat rocks, pebbles, gravel.
Yeah.
A skinny margarita is a low-calorie version of a regular margarita. Instead of using orange liqueur like triple sec, Cointreau, or Grand Marnier, a skinny margarita uses fresh orange juice and a small amount of agave nectar. So, I don't know, it still sounds like a sugar bomb. I need to just start drinking straight tequila.
Yeah, there we go.
Or stick. I'm usually a beer guy.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
That's interesting. It's always funny because I feel like a lot of the people I know that are beer people, the drawback is, and if you're not this, congratulations, they kind of can't do any less than like 4 beers. You know, it's like this thing where
no
it's like,
way.
if I'm going to have
4 beers is like my max.
right on. I'm of a similar ilk.
Listen, I'm in my 40s. Like, I like one, like on a weeknight, maybe I might have a beer or 2. If I start getting into 3 beers or 3 drinks, like I'm gonna feel it the next day. So I cut off. On the weekends, I might go a little more if I choose to drink. But like 3, 4. If it's like, if it's like Super Bowl Sunday or something like that, then I might. Then you might find me 5 drinks deep or something. But otherwise, I have a pretty hard cap. I on that. On that kind of stuff.
I'm with you.
So there you go, Travis. There you go. Yeah. And this weekend, so you're going to decide anything else in the offing for the weekend?
For the weekend, I have got a real. It's not interesting, but it is what's happening. I have a significant amount of work to do and a compromised amount of time in which to get it done. I've got stuff I got to do this weekend socially.
Right on.
And I have a 10-hour drive to get there, and I still somehow have to find time to write a 2-sentence summary of every NBA game that's happening because that's what I've chosen to do with my free time.
Oh, are you working for an NBA website or something?
Lord, no. I am taking the mantle of a Substack page that a good friend of mine abandoned last year, where that was his idea. He says, I'm going to give you 2 sentences on why every NBA game matters. And I said, I'm going to try it. And I've done it for 2 days, and I've almost forgotten both times.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. You know what? Put an alert in your phone or something.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to some folks who are hanging out with us today, listening to the show. Melinda in Virginia, what up? London, glad to have you here. Karimus, good to see you in the house. Connie in New York. Connie, may I call you Constance? And Greg in Ohio, who's chatting up a storm over here. Great to see you, Greg. And then we have Maryland, not coming from Maryland, but New Hampshire. Maryland and New Hampshire. So, Greg, so glad that you are participating. Love having you here. So, pardon me, Greg. What's the best movie in the episode? What's the best movie I've ever seen? Oh my gosh. Well, that's such a difficult question. The best movie I've ever seen, Goodfellas is one of my favorites, and that ties into this poster right here that you're asking about, Greg. This poster is like an Easter egg. It's like it's a painting that appears in the movie, in a scene in the movie Goodfellas. And he also shouted out my shirt, which it's a robot, and I got this shirt at Comic-Con. It was like an original artist, and I was like, damn, I like that. I like robots. So I bought this shirt when I was at San Diego Comic-Con. Greg, very nice having you in the house. Thanks for chatting. Please keep it up. I enjoy the participation. By the way, like I said, Greg likes that movie too. Very nice. Little Goodfellas. I mean, I'm a sucker for Martin Scorsese for sure. big fan of one of the greatest living directors. And if anyone wants to participate in the show, again, get get your smart device's attention. Use the magic word "say" and then drop in anything after that. Okay, smart device say, I like Goodfellas. Smart device say, I am a good fella, or whatever you want, And a little bit more from Rob Schaefer, our friend, attorney in Omaha, Nebraska. My usual work week is one beer when I'm making dinner, one glass of wine with dinner, and 5 to 6 ounces of rye on the rocks. It is probably too much, but it's better than smoking crack like 311 did in high school. Rob Schaefer bringing the heat today. Rob Schaefer came right out of the bullpen and started throwing heat. I love it, Rob. Hey, Rob, if you ever find yourself in Los Angeles, California, let's grab a drink. That would be that'd be a fine time. I will toast you, my good sir. Yeah, I like and I enjoy whiskey now and again. And my wife is more of a wine drinker, so like a Saturday rosé, I'm in. Or I like a nice red wine sometimes with with a steak or with some pasta, or a nice white wine with some fish or chicken, or mix it up. Who knows? Welcome to the libation hour. We talk imbibing, we talk spirits, and hopefully we'll leave you in good spirits. I'm Hal, and this is the libation hour. Folks, every day we check out what's trending, what's going on the Twitter website, in the Twitterverse, in the Twitter sphere, and today's no different. Let's check out some trending topics. And starting out with, talking about the elephant in the room, Ukraine. The elephant in the room, or the bear in the room, the big Russian bear. And by the room, I mean Ukraine. And by Ukraine, I mean a sovereign nation that they have no right to be in. Vladimir Putin, supervillain. And you just look at the nations who have got his back. North Korea, Syria, China, just like all the biggest human rights violators. Wrong side of history. Anyway, let's read this little snippet right here. Thank you for bringing that up, Travis. EU, U.S. announced further actions. Yeah, are these sanctions going to do any good? Time will tell. We shall see. May you be blessed with interesting times. May you be blessed to live in interesting times. And tell you what, the past few years, a little too interesting. Getting more than my money's worth of interesting. EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said on Friday that Ukraine is part of the European family, and that a fourth package of sanctions for Russia is coming, along with a plan to wean the EU off Russian fuel sources by 2027. U.S. President Joe Biden also announced plans to revoke Russia's most favored nation status, trade status, and ban key Russian goods like seafood, vodka, and diamonds. Travis, bring me up for a sec. I love buying diamonds. I love wearing diamonds. I love flossing with my ice. I love being like cold as hell because my ice is on point. I like going out getting iced up. I like icing up my ladies. But here's my commitment. As we are going through this, I am going to make the promise to stop buying Russian diamonds. I'm not going to. I will neither seek out nor look to purchase any Russian diamonds. Now, feel free to pull over to the side of the road, to stop whatever it is that you're doing, and applaud me for my sacrifice. Travis? Thanks. That's all I'm asking. Like, not all heroes wear capes. Some wear a robot shirt and a ball cap and headphones. That's my sacrifice. Russian diamonds, you know what? Put the brakes on. Not for this guy. For the moment. For the moment. Subject to change. All right, let's go back to this, my jocularity aside. What you need to know today. Over 2.5 million people have fled Ukraine since the start of Russia's invasion, according to the United Nations. UN said on Friday that Russian forces have attacked at least 26 hospitals and healthcare facilities throughout Ukraine. Geez. That's awful. And on Thursday, President Zelensky rejected Russian claims that Ukraine has chemical weapons and said this may be a sign of Russia's use of these weapons. Yep. Also, speaking of Zelensky, dude's a boss. Dude's a hero. Dude is a hero. He's a Jewish comedian in his 40s who's now leading this nation. You know what? Gives me hope. We have that in common. I'm a Jewish comedian in my 40s with Eastern European blood. Among others, I have, a little bit of a Eastern European mutt. Got a little Italian, got a little Russian in me. I got a little Polish, Minsk and Pinsk, as my mother likes to say. So, let's bring up some info about Zelensky here. President Zelensky has survived more than a dozen assassination attempts. Look at this guy. And he's been hitting the gym too. Looking buff. Yeah. Hashtag Jewish comedian goals. Am I right? Well, actually, no, because he's in the middle. His fortitude. I admire his fortitude. But yeah, that's a little flip of me to say, because no one wants to be put in the situation. Obviously, it's we're talking about some serious stuff. Real quick, let me pause everything. Stacy is with us, our good friend Stacy. Big fan of Stacy. She is just a wonderful friend of the show, and we always enjoy when Stacy and her Aunt Tracy, her mom, everything. She's a great friend of the show, and tomorrow is her birthday. Stacy, yes. Travis, also a big fan of Stacy. And real quick, I have something to say to Stacy. Happy birthday from your Pal Hal to you. Happy birthday from your Pal Hal to you. And many more. Stacy, I hope it's a great one. I hope you cake, gifts, and good times with good people and good memories. All right, continuing on. Vladimir Zelensky has survived more than a dozen assassination attempts. Wow. Last week it was reported Western intelligence agencies believe there have been 3 foiled attempts on his life by Russian proxies. But the president's aide, Mikhail Podolyak, has now said that the number of attempts to kill him have been much higher. Crazy. President Zelensky has survived more than a dozen assassination attempts since the start of the Ukraine war. Let's talk through the statements. Vladimir Zelensky has previously acknowledged he is Putin's number one target, and Kyiv is thought to be teeming with hitmen sent to take him out. Wow. The 44-year-old leader has definitely refused to leave the capital, defiantly, even taunting the aggressor with videos in the street and winking to the camera. Boss moves only. Boss moves only. Man, look at this guy. I mean, oh, God bless him. And last week it was reported Western intelligence agencies believe there have been 3 foiled attempts on his life by Russian proxies. Good grief. But the president's aide, Mikhail Podolyak, said the number of attempts have been higher, much higher. He told Pravda.com US, our foreign partners are talking about 2 or 3 attempts. I believe there have been more than a dozen such attempts. Mr. Podolyak said the government has operational information about Russian attempts to kill the president via its very powerful network of intelligence and counterintelligence. He also said there are hit squads are still being eliminated as more information comes to light. Read Podolyak's statement here. Wow. You know what? Godspeed, Vladimir Zelensky. And because, not just because he seems like, pardon me, the very flip talking about, but seems like a rad dude, I appreciate the strain that he is under and just the intensity. I have no, I cannot even begin to fathom this. And he is navigating this. And not just that, he's an inspiration. He's an inspiration to the people who are fighting to lead this resistance against the dark forces of Vladimir Putin. And Godspeed. I salute you, Vladimir Zelensky. Boss. Real boss. Okay, Samuel L. Jackson, trending. And, oh boy, you know what? When you get older, sometimes I'm like, my wife and I joke to each other, senior moment or something. Samuel L. Jackson says, I'm fighting the fear of getting caught up in Alzheimer's like my parents. And, knock on wood, thankfully my folks, have been relatively unscathed when it comes to that terrible disease. But I did have 2 grandparents who suffered from Alzheimer's, and the fear is real. It's a terrible, just frightening potentiality. Alzheimer's / the loss of one's faculties, dementia, etc. So in his new project for Apple TV Plus, Samuel Jackson is exploring this. Yeah, if you want to bring that up, Travis, take a peek here. I'm fighting the fear of getting caught up in Alzheimer's like my parents. If you wouldn't mind making that a little bigger. The actor's new TV series, The Last Days of Ptolemy Gray, is one of his most personal projects yet. I hear it's even more personal to him than Snakes on a Plane. He discusses getting older, his family history of dementia, and why Oscars don't help your career. Interesting. Yeah, he's an Travis.
Yes.
Do you know how old Samuel L. Jackson is? If you had to guess, how old would you say?
70.
Yeah, he's in his 70s. I think people don't realize that because he's a lot of people, because he looks good, and he's no real gray hair.
Mm-hmm.
And
he broke late though. I forget how old he was when Pulp Fiction hit, but he was I think in his 40s, right?
That sounds about right. And he made appearances after that. Coming to America, he was in that. He robs the McDowells. He's the robber that Eddie Murphy subdues, and he was also in Goodfellas.
That's right.
Stax plays Stax, the driver, the getaway driver. He's a gentleman in his 70s. Thank you, Travis. If you wouldn't mind bringing that back up here. I'm fighting the fear of getting caught up. Yep, in Alzheimer's, like my parents. And he's talking about his new series and Samuel Jackson, one of those timeless actors who seems to be on screen forever. We've seen him the as Nick Fury in the Avengers, Jules Winfield in Pulp Fiction, Mace Windu, the Jedi with the purple lightsaber. But his latest role is different. And it's shocking to see Jackson so fragile. Well, we've seen him fragile before as Mr. Glass, and it's a different kind of fragile, though. Mr. Glass in Unbreakable, etc. In the Apple TV Plus series, The Last Days of Ptolemy Gray plays a 93-year-old man suffering from dementia, and this one is personal to him. Several of his family members had Alzheimer's. As they passed on, I just became more determined to tell this story and to make sure people understand that the people they loved are still there, so you can't throw them away. The concern that Jackson might go the same way as his folks clearly rankles him. He's already memorizing lines for a play yet to be announced. Doing all this stuff helps me fight off the fear of genetically being caught up in everything my parents and grandparents were. Really personal project. Apple TV Plus, Samuel Jackson. There you go. There you go. And just he is, just a constant. I think, and he's so good, and his IMDb is so impressive. And from his work with in blockbusters to his work with Quentin Tarantino to just so many films. Good stuff. Good stuff. Cars. Do you drive? Do you drive? Have you ridden in a car? Well, I guess this the Ukraine conflict. The Ukraine conflict. Greg, by the way, Greg did not know that Samuel L. Jackson was in his 70s, right? Crazy. And Greg wishing Stacy a happy birthday. Very nice. And Stacy said Samuel L. Jackson is 73 years old. Thank you, Stacy. All right. So cars are driving, our fuel consumption, everything is going to be affected. It is being affected by this conflict in Ukraine. Gas prices, pew, woo, right up. Gas prices sky high. Oh boy, man, that the price at the pump. Ooh boy. All right, so cars are about to get dirtier and pricier amid Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The world's biggest car companies have a lot to fear from the deadly conflict, and it's not just production shutdowns or supply chain snarls. All right, let's. This is from Bloomberg opinion. Let's delve into this. Let's see what Bloomberg has to say. As the war rattles commodities and casts doubts around sustained supply, a material key to auto giants making cleaner cars is also among them. Palladium, not just a music venue in Hollywood. Palladium. Prices are so high that thefts of the parts used that use the metal have risen sharply. Let's keep scrolling. The knock-on effects of palladium's high prices stand to jeopardize automakers' big green ambitions. This makes it even more expensive to produce cars, and rising pressure to curb emissions. Eager buyers are in for even higher vehicle transaction prices. Grass Puddle chiming in, $6 a gallon in Sacktown, $6 a gallon in Sacramento. Grass Puddle, same, my dude. $6 down here in La La Land. $6 down here in LA. Yep. The knock-on effects of palladium's high prices stand to jeopardize automakers. Yeah. All right, let's scroll. Thank you. Wouldn't mind scrolling there. Around 40% of palladium supply, a key material used to help make cars cleaner, is concentrated in Russia. Each gasoline auto uses anywhere from 2 grams to 15 grams of palladium. Those that run on diesel use even more. Palladium is an essential material for almost 70% of light-duty vehicles, but that amount only maintains current emission levels. Goals that edge the industry towards decarbonization are far tougher. A lot more needs to be done to reach regulatory targets. Interesting. For now, palladium is getting expensive, and it's unclear how car firms plan to procure the materials over the medium term or what they'll do as things get tougher. There you go. There you go. So, palladium. It's you need it for to help with emissions because we're the world's on fire. Remember climate change, and we're trying to make this place livable for future generations. And it's what are you going to do? I mean, I don't know. I also hear that unless like this like all of the biggest companies in the world make a huge commitment to go green, like there's there are certain things that like we can do, but like we need like huge commitment from giant companies all across the world, from like China to India, like the emerging nations who have who are getting more and more mechanized, and climate change is it's not going, or there's no pressing pause on it currently. So this is not helping that situation. And if you're looking to buy cars, just more expensive, harder to buy cars. Like it was already like this palladium is one thing, but there were already like just slowdowns in getting like the lithium chips needed for the computers in new cars. And it's an ongoing nightmare. Greg says the answer is pineapple, and you know what? I think that's the answer to all of our problems. Actually, just a nice, tasty chunk of pineapple. Mike joined the show. Mike, yes to you, sir. Yes to you. Joel, hi, Joel. Good to see some folks hanging out. Diamond in Oregon. What up, Diamond? Glad to have you here. And thank you, everybody, for kicking it with us right here on the Your Pal Hal Show. Jeffrey in Alabama. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. And then correct in Indiana. You are correct, sir. Or ma'am. Or whoever you are. Correct. Glad to have you here. It's a lot of bull crap going on in the world, Stacy. That's for sure. That's for sure. But you know what? There's also some good times, and it's the world. She's a sad and she's a beautiful. She's a sad and she's a beautiful. America's Dad. America's Dad's in the news. Who am I talking about? Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks, of course. This is a story that we talked about a couple weeks ago, I think, or maybe last week. Connor Ratliff was going to have. So here's the backstory here. This actor Connor Ratliff was cast in the World War II miniseries epic Band of Brothers, produced by Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg. You heard of those guys? And he got fired. He got fired from this miniseries, and he was fired by Tom Hanks. And Tom Hanks told him when he fired him that he had dead eyes. That he had dead eyes, and he started a podcast called Dead Eyes, where he wanted to. he kind of wanted to get to the bottom of this, and Tom Hanks was like his white whale. Tom Hanks, like he wanted to get Tom Hanks eventually to come in and address this. And lo and behold, it all came together. It all came together. Connor Ratliff's latest episode pulled off a podcast rarity, a truly satisfying conclusion on the Dead Eyes with the interview with Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks finally apologizes to Connor Ratliff for firing him for having dead eyes. There you go. Not a single moment of this rings a bell, said Hanks of the dead eyes comment. Interesting. After 22 years, wow, Colin Ratliff finally got a chance to confront Tom Hanks about being fired from Band of Brothers. Ratliff, who was 24 when he auditioned for the 2001 miniseries, has alleged that he was replaced on the show because Hanks said he had dead eyes. The comedian has gone on to star in such popular series as Marvelous Mrs. Maisel and Search Party. But Hanks' words stuck with him over the years, so much so that he used them to name his podcast. That would be like, that's, I'd be bummed if that happened to me, but it's also like, I would also like put that in like my Twitter bio, my Tinder bio, like, I would be like, a lot of yada, 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 dog lover, I love movies and sports, and also one time, Tom Hanks said I had dead eyes. Gosh. Oh, man. All right, let's bring it back. Thank you, Travis. But Hanks worked him over the years, so brought him... on Thursday, Hanks helped bring about a full circle moment by joining Ratliff on Dead Eyes, allowing him to air his grievances directly at the person many consider to be the nicest guy in Hollywood. While Hanks insisted that not a single moment of this rings a bell, he did hesitate to apologize, calling Ratliff's recollection of the incident a bone-chilling story. Here they are together and standing in front of a nice bookcase. It's a nice, well-lit bookcase. Go back to that bookcase, Travis. Isn't that backlighting in that bookcase nice, Travis? That's like...
Yes. No, that is really cool. That's a really good idea.
Display purposes.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. I'm done marveling at the bookcase. Thank you, Travis. Let me first take full responsibility for doing this to you. This was without a doubt the act of the director, and that was me, Hanks told Ratliff, going on to explain it was one of those very, very subtle sort of decisions that aims the story in the directions you want it to go. Since starting his podcast in 2020, Ratliff has spoken to numerous actors and fellow Band of Brothers rejects, such as Seth Rogen, Zach Braff, and Adam Scott, to directors like Damon Lindelof and Ryan Johnson. And to directors Damon Lindelof and Ryan Johnson. He's even spoken to Hank's son, Colin, which is how the actor heard about the podcast. I was aghast. I actually got chilled. My heart rate skyrocketed, and I said, I did? I did what? I did what? Hank said. In the inner sanctum of whatever this casting session was of Band of Brothers, I'm sure I said, I don't know, man. That guy's got dead eyes. I could have said... I could have said, he's got too blonde of hair. He's too tall. I can give that. I can't have the aide be taller than Captain Winters. I could have said, he's too short and slight. I could have said any of these things, and they would have been true, and they would have been the opinion. Hanks added, whoever communicated to you what was said in the inner sanctum with such authenticity should have their kneecaps broken because that is not allowed. It's not quotable there. It's off the record. Ratliff agreed that the comment shouldn't have been passed along to him, but chalked it up to the chaos of filmmaking. When the comedian showed Hanks his old headshot, the Oscar winner said, "These are not dead eyes. Can I just say that right now from the 8x10 black and white?" There you go. You know what? That must feel good. Living with that, living with that monkey on your back for 2 decades, and it's like, man, like, not only that, like, I would be like, oh my goodness, Tom Hanks hates me. Like, that would be a real bummer, because, like, again, yeah, America's dad, like, what the heck? I not Yeah, that would like, freak me out. I would think about that. Like, I would lie in bed at night thinking about, OMG, America's dad thinks I'm some kind of creep or something with these weird dead eyes, and that would give me a complex. That would affect the rest of my life. Uh, a very satisfying ending to that story. And yeah, one last trending topic that I saw today, folks. So we had mentioned this earlier on the show, and President Biden signed a crypto executive order, and some of that we've gotten a little clarity on this. Here's what you need to know. Here's what you need to know about Biden's crypto order. U.S. President Joe Biden signed a long-awaited, first-of-its-kind executive order on cryptocurrencies on Wednesday. Here's what you need to know. Here's what you need to know. Okay, here's some bullet points. Good. Biden's executive order defines 6 key priorities for the administration. Protecting U.S. consumers, not a bad thing. Protecting global financial stability, okay. Preventing illicit uses, sure. Promoting responsible innovation. Financial inclusion. U.S. leadership, and showing off the sickest NFTs. Biden continued by saying, my metaverse crib is going to have wall-to-wall sick NFTs. Meet me in the metaverse. Biden out. I'm just kidding. I just made up that last part. David Johnson in the House. David, great to have you here. And he's quoting M. Bison from Street Fighter. For me, it was Tuesday. Gotcha. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that quote, David Johnson. Always love a good Street Fighter quote. I feel like we don't quote Street Fighter enough. Travis? Where does the Hadouken come from? Is that Street Fighter?
That's Street Fighter. That's Ryu from Street Fighter. Ryu? Yeah.
What about? But it's not Street Fighter. The quote, "Get over here."
Mortal Kombat.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very
Any
nice.
other ones? I got a lexicon.
All of them are good.
I know an embarrassing amount of Mortal Kombat lore.
Give me a couple more quotes.
Quotes? Oh boy.
Yeah, I just want those quotes.
Shang Tsung, you got "Your Soul Is Mine,"
Your
made
Soul
famous
Is
also.
Mine.
1995 movie. What was that actor who played him in 1995? That guy's great. Outside of that, just a lot of like fight noises. Not a whole lot of quotables from the gang.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
nice. Very
yeah.
nice. Thank you, Travis. So, yeah, crypto is being. Oh, Travis, come back in for a sec here. Uh, yeah. So the executive order directs federal agencies to better communicate their work in the digital sector. Oh, Rob Schaefer says long-awaited executive order awaited by who? The politicians. This is just a reason for the government to get away to tax and track crypto. It could kill the market. Maybe, maybe. Yeah, Rob Schaefer with a good point there. Rob Schaefer giving us coming in with some good, thoughtful facts and opinions. Strong opinions there. Strong opinions on crypto. Travis, if you wouldn't mind doing a little station identification, and I'll be right back. Okay.
All right, sounds good. You are here with the Your Pal Hal show on YouTube and Backchannel. You can find our show by going to your smart device and telling it to open Backchannel. Then use the magic word "say" to communicate, and we can see and hear your communication and communicate right back. You can also find us on YouTube by looking up the Backchannel YouTube channel. Where you'll find us every day from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific time. You can throw your comments at the YouTube stream. As you can see, they'll show up. We can see them. We can respond. You can also go to backchannel.tv and chat on the web, where you can also leave a review of our show on backchannel.tv, which we would appreciate. And speaking of the issue at hand, am in Rob's boat. This is a community, so to speak. This almost flies in the face of the idea of decentralized currency. And I agree. I think this is not opportunistic, but probably expected, and maybe anxiety-inducing development for the cryptocurrency community that the United States has decided to go legit with crypto, which is a sector of the economy that is emerging and was doing pretty well without governmental interference. We will see how it develops.
Yeah, I've decided to not invest in any crypto. You know what I've decided to invest in, Travis? Manure.
Like manure?
Yeah, what part of manure did you not understand?
Right on. You gonna buy a bunch of it, or you gonna invest in?
Just one bag.
You gonna buy a bag?
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna do with it?
Hold on to it. Just let it appreciate.
Well, there'll certainly be some kind of gains with the manure. Best of luck with that.
Appreciate that. Folks, it is noon o'clock on the West Coast in Los Angeles, California, the home office of the Your Pal Hal show. It is 3 p.m. on the East Coast, where we're going up till 4 o'clock. It is 2 p.m. in Omaha, Nebraska, where we are going up until 3 o'clock. And it is 8 p.m. in London, England, where we will be taking you up until 9 p.m. Folks, every day on the Your Pal Hal show, we do a little bit of deep dive, a little Twitter deep dive. Grass Puddle says invest in pork belly futures. And or I might, I might try to pull an investment scheme like in the movie Trading Places. One of my fave comedies. So every day we do a little bit of Twitter deep dive. Today, we in the past, I think closer to the Super Bowl, we took a look at one of the great wing purveyors of the country, and today we are going to pit. We are squaring off. We are pitting wing purveyor versus wing purveyor. That's right, folks. We're going to look at the Twitter accounts belonging to Wingstop and Buffalo Wild Wings. Boom goes the dynamite. David Johnson knows what I'm talking about. Well, fertilizer is going to be extra expensive soon. So I'm going to get one bag. I'm going to sit on it, and then when that price is high enough, I'll sell it off and then I'll get back to you on that, and then maybe I'll take my money and load up this Dairy Queen gift card. Hot Eats Cool Treats. All right, but we're not talking about Dairy Queen right now, baby. We're talking about Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Where flavor gets its wings. Let me ask you a question, Travis.
Yes.
Like that looks like a pilot's insignia, their logo, right?
Yes.
And like you say like a pilot got his wings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like have you heard
Mm-hmm.
that expression?
Yes.
Does that usually refers to like a military pilot, right?
Yeah, or an airline pilot or a commercial airline pilot.
Is this Wingstop logo stolen valor?
It depends on how much you value the service they provide.
What?
You know, if you feel like they're providing a public good that's to the national benefit, then you could argue no.
Oh, so you're arguing Wingstop should be considered a branch of the military.
That's exactly what I'm arguing. Yes.
That is,
The
you know
32nd
what?
Parmesan Brigade.
Travis,
Yes.
I think you need to apologize to the men and women in uniform.
All right, I'm going to call my cousin Ty.
All right, let's talk Wingstop. So, Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Here's their bio. Very heavily, they are branded very green. They're branded very green. Here's their bio: wings, fries, sides, repeat. If you're reading this, order Wingstop. Yeah. Oh, not bad. 266,000 followers on the Twitter website, and let's see what they're tweeting. Let's see what they're tweeting, and then after this, we'll compare and contrast with their arch nemesis, Buffalo Wild Wings, B Dubs. All right, ranch fans. All you have to do is drop Wingstop Ranch below, and you may get two sides of ranch on us. Oh! I'm more of a blue cheese guy. Like when I order wings, I go blue cheese. Any thoughts or opinions on this stuff, y'all? Any wing opinions, please share. Also, I want to I want to my friend Stacy, she's chiming in. Forget Buffalo Wild Wings. Go to Wingstop if you want the best wings. Oh, Stacy dropping opinions. I love it. Issa's in the house. Hi, Issa. And Stacy. Stacy has played Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Very nice, Stacy. I like it. Julie in Missouri joining us. Chris in AZ. Thank you for joining us from Arizona. Elizabeth up north in Maine. I like it. Hello, Elizabeth in Maine. Yvonne in Maryland. Good to see you here. Thanks for joining the Your Pal Hal show, Yvonne. And Jeffrey's in Alabama. Roll Tide, War Eagle, and all that good stuff. All right. Let's go back to Wingstop. We didn't hit 10K, but we're still hooking everyone up for National Ranch Day. Whoa! Travis, how did we miss National Ranch Day on March 10th? Use
I don't know.
All right, good talk. Use code Ranch Day at checkout to get the best ranch for free. Who wants free Wingstop Ranch tomorrow? Okay, so ranch. Rob Schaefer saying, I love the fact that the same company owns Wingstop and Anytime Fitness. Rourke Capital owns a ton of restaurants. That's funny. So it's like, yeah, fill your belly with like fried wings and then go work out. Anytime Fitness. That's great. Listen, you got it covered. You got the whole gamut. You cover the gamut. And if you look, Buffalo Wild Wings is owned by Inspire Brands. Who owns Inspired Brands? Rourke Capital. You know what? Rob Schaefer. If there's anything I learned from watching crime shows, follow the money. Follow the money, baby. Who wants free Ringstop Ranch? Okay, if we'd scroll past, I'm sick of reading about ranch. I'm getting furious. Thank you, Travis. Happy Tuesday. Spelled with TWO, Tuesday. Treat yourself to some 70-cent boneless wings today. Damn. That sounds like a bargain. Like when you extrapolate that out over like a whole plate, would it be? I don't know. Telling our kids this was Mount Rushmore. What is it? Travis, a little slow on the scroll today. Travis, what do you got going on over there?
It stopped connecting. I'm sorry. The friggin' this is my backup mouse.
I know you are a dedicated mouse man.
I'm a trackball guy.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Travis, how cute is this Mount Rushmore?
It's so cute I could just die. Look at him.
Oh, don't
Look
do
at
that.
the fry mustache. Nope, it's gonna kill
Oh.
me. The fry mustache and the
I
little
love this. I love this
ranch.
little Mount Rushmore. This is,
Look at the
you know
look at
what?
the cheeks on that ranch.
Oh, oh boy. Oh, and that's a well done ranch. It's got the little speckles of like the flavor in that. And then there's your soft drink. What, Travis?
Yes.
When you're out and about at a fast food establishment, if you get a wild hair to get a soft drink, what is your go-to soft drink order?
Ooh, God, it's been years. I was either a Dr. Pepper or a root beer guy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So that's what you would order today?
Today, I'm just getting the soda water.
Okay. And
The closest thing I'll do is at In-N-Out. Sometimes I'll go half and half soda water and lemonade.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Diet Coke, Diet Dr. Pepper, or if I'm at a movie, and this is rare, like once every 3 weeks I'll have a soda maybe.
Sure.
If I go to a movie, I might get, well, the other night I got a Miller Lite and a bottle of water, but I might very well get a Diet Cherry Coke or a Cherry Coke Zero.
Nice. Ooh,
Cherry Coke. I used to get Cherry Coke all the time when I was a kid, going to the movies. So now I'll get the I'll go with the aspartame over over the sugar.
Right.
Which one is worse or better for you? I don't know.
Who's to
All
say?
right, so that we just saw an adorable image from Wingstop. Let's take a look at B Dubs. Let's shift gears and go to B Dubs.
B-dubs. While we are
And
pivoting, I have to shout out Wingstop for employing my friend at a time in our teenage years in high school,
Yes.
and also being pretty light on the security to where everybody would just go and order a like Super Bowl party's worth of food, and he'd be like, "All right, that'll be one side of ranch, 75 cents."
Whoa.
Yeah.
Gotta love when there's like a hookup like that.
Woo,
When there's
love
a
the
hookup like that, that's good for them. Very nice. You know what? All right, B Dubs. So we got black and yellow versus green today. The official sports bar of March Madness, home of the greatest of all times. What does that mean? That's a little, that's a little broad and general right there. Home of the great. There's a lot of vagary there. Home of the greatest of all time. If you have issues with service, orders, apps, tweet or DM, BW Wings cares. Do you care? Well, I guess they do. They're saying they do. All right, so B Dubs rocking 646,900 Twitter followers. So they are a good close to 400,000 more than Wingstop. Let's see some of them tweets, Travis. Let's see some of them sick tweets. So just jumping into sports, heavy into sport commentary. Major League Baseball free agency. Can you move your cursor, your mouse, please, Travis. Thank you. What will be the most surprising moves of MLB free agency? So, by the way, baseball's back. There was a labor disagreement. Owners were locking out the players, but they've got a deal, I guess, in place. So I'm glad to see that as a baseball fan. Match a sauce with a free agent. That makes no sense to me, and I think it's dumb. Travis, can you scroll? Yeah, can you come in here, Travis? What this strikes me as a patently dumb tweet. Like, match a sauce with a free agent. Like, what does that even mean? And also, they didn't include the sauces. Is it so? What are your any thoughts on this particular tweet? This tweet has invoked ire. It has invoked my ire.
I mean, I'm not as hot as you are about this, but I think it's like, a third of a good idea and 2/3 of a poor execution. Yeah.
Okay, you're a little more forgiving.
Yeah, it's one of those things where just do the work yourself, and then you post like this one. I posted a Twitter thread 2 years ago about how Eric Gordon looks like a sun bear, a Malayan sun bear, and you have the picture of Eric Gordon, you have the picture of the sun bear, you have the free agent, then you have the picture of the sauce that they look like. Just do the work, let the people see the meme and like it.
But how does someone look like a sauce, or is it like a weird racial thing?
Whoa, I don't think that. I mean, you're opening by not doing it yourself. You're opening the door to this kind of interpretation. But I think the idea is what sauce embodies the essence of this player, and let's look at the replies and see what they came up with.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm not gonna reply.
You got to click on the tweet.
Oh, I missed.
Thank you, Travis.
Let's see.
Freddie Freeman is Honey Barbecue. Chris Bryant is Asian Zing. Anthony Rizzo is Spicy Garlic. Carlos Correa is Desert Heat. Clayton Kershaw is Lemon Pepper. Trevor Story is Medium. Nick Castellanos is a Blazing Carolina Reaper. You know what? That's just funny for that last part there.
Yeah.
Why is Nick Castellanos a Blazing Carolina Reaper?
Yeah.
This is the dumbest stuff I've ever heard. Also, you know what? Can I just allow me to get into go back. No, to the one we just read, please. Where they list Carlos Correa, I believe, is the only Latino ball player, Latinx ball player listed here. Mm-hmm. And, surprise, surprise, he's got the Desert Heat.
I don't know if that's... I wouldn't interpret it like that.
I'm always looking for woke issues to...
looking to woke stunt on these fools.
Yeah, I'm always looking to flex some performative wokeness.
Just gonna keep loading these bullets in the chamber. Anybody has any opinion? That's...
Yeah.
Hey,
all right, let's go back to a couple more B-dubs, and then we will come down with our... we'll weigh in on who's better.
All right, let's see here.
What were you gonna say though, Travis?
Oh no, that's yeah.
Shout out to Octavia and Julie who joined the stream. Thanks for being here. Oh, Stacy, a big fan of Dr. Pepper. There you go. All right, conference tournament, March Madness, MLB. This week is the appetizer. Bring on next week. Hey now. All right, thank you, B-dubs. Just very sports forward here. The official, we need. Oh yeah. So keep going. Look in the top right corner. Wait, what is that?
It's a puzzle. I'm not sure if I'm here.
You want to click on that?
Yeah. It's so there's several pieces of text hidden.
Right.
In this. So there's the. Look in the top right corner. Hold on, we're going to make this a little bit bigger. Okay, we have look in the top right corner. In the top right corner, it says...
Yep.
Now look in the top left corner.
Yes. Yeah, I've seen these. Okay, look inside the whistle. All right. Wait, what does that say? 20...
Bottom 22. Left.
Bottom left. Oh, yeah, look, bottom left.
Oops, and whoops,
You know
whoops.
what? Oh, yeah. Do you want to keep? Should we? I guess we started
Uh,
this. We have to finish it.
oh God. You know what? They lose on this for me because
Yeah.
on the bottom right it says we're the official sports bar of March Madness. That's what that
You know
was about.
what? I'm calling it. Wingstop greater than Buffalo Wild Wings Twitter wise.
I agree.
Wings, even though Wingstop or even though Wingstop leaned a little heavily into the ranch stuff for my tastes, like it's too much like jamming. Like the I love sports and I enjoy going to a sports bar and watching a game. Uh,
Yeah.
done it many times. Might do it again, depending upon this pandemic. But yeah, how do I feel about the DH in the National League? David Johnson asks. You know what? I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I preferred the way it was because I like that I liked the managerial chess moves, but I think it's gonna A, extend some players' careers, B, make the game a little more exciting offense wise and like just get it jacked up. And and I think it'll make the games go faster because there won't be as much chess moves. So overall, I like it. I would have been fine if they stayed with the pitcher bats, and then the managers have to kind of play more cat and mouse games. But I'm not a purist to the extent where I'm like, oh no, that's sacrilege or anything. David, do you have any thoughts on that? Yeah, this has been a talking point for years. My brother, who's a big like I have two brothers, and we have like a text chain going where we talk about baseball. And my one brother, I mean, my brothers are kind of up in arms that baseball uniforms are now going to have ads on them, and but like the NBA's been doing it for a couple of years. Travis, come on in here for a sec. You're Travis, big NBA fan.
Hey.
Any thoughts? Are you bugged at all, or do you have any thoughts on ads on NBA uniforms?
No, it's whatever. They're small. They're there. I don't mind.
It's the world we live in,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, but I got pissed a few years ago. And by a few years ago, this is close to 20 years ago. One of the
Wow.
Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies uh, was going to have a advertising deal with MLB, Major League Baseball, where they would have Spider-Man logos on the bases, like pictured on the bases.
That's
And
weird.
that's so weird and off-putting. I mean, now they do logos and stuff. Some people have it in the outfield, I think, more rare, but also on the pitcher's mound. On the
Mm-hmm.
pitcher's mound, as you're watching the game, there will be you'll have business logos, advertisements, but I remember the outcry was so bad regarding the ads on the bases that Major League Baseball scrapped it. They're like, yeah, sorry, Spidey. David Johnson writing in, yeah, given the fact that they have to attract new fans, it makes sense to keep it fast. Yep, yep. I don't hate it. I don't
Is
hate
there
it.
a pitch count? Is that part of the deal?
No, there's
Or
no
pitch clock rather?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if they instituted the pitch clock, but they already had adjusted some rules just as far as like bringing in relievers and stuff. Like if you
Right.
bring in a reliever, they have to pitch to a minimum X number of batters, etc. So that's already there. And a pitch clock was already something they had talked about. So yeah, making that game tick tock and it don't stop. Yeah, people don't want to watch a 4-hour game. It's just too long. Although. Yeah, it just depends. Like if I'm having a great time and it's a nail biter of a game, then I'm in. But yeah, let's get the average time of these games moving a little faster. David Johnson says no pictures on the bases. Yeah, that's just an eyesore. And I'll tell you why. There is something just lovely about a baseball field. Like there is just something so beautiful and majestic, because Could you imagine Field of Dreams if it said frickin' Geico on the bases? Oh, gosh. But the uniforms take up a little real estate with a Coca-Cola or a crypto.com or whatever the hell you want to put on there. We're like, if you're upset about advertising, may I remind you, you live in America, and yeah, we are through the looking glass when it comes to that. Like, I remember just like when you were watching a game on TV, it's like this, like you literally have things like, this is the AutoZone play of the game on the Geico post-game report brought to you by CBS. It's like company. Like we are, it is bye-bye, baby. Like that ship has sailed. Like if you're like, we're going to get upset about I mean, yeah, call it out. And, sometimes it's a bridge too far. And sometimes corporations are, oft-times soulless entities. But, yeah, we are through the looking glass. But let me also say this. If any of the companies we've mentioned, Geico, Major League Baseball, Wingstop, Buffalo Wild Wings, AutoZone, Dairy Queen, if any of you want to advertise on the Your Pal Hal show, I will shill like a demon for you. I will sing the praises of AutoZone. Listen, AutoZone or any other company, I will trumpet your message from the highest hill. And not only that, I will take a verbal dump on your competition. AutoZone, you advertise with me, I will sing your praises and I will excoriate Kragen, Rock Auto, or any other purveyor of auto parts. And I will libel myself. I will say that allegedly I heard from someone that I don't care to mention that Kragen was involved in fraud and insider trading. Again, this is all hypothetical and fictional. But if it happens, I will libel myself for your brand. So please give some money and advertise on the Your Pal Hal show. That was Your Pal Hal begs for a sponsor. David Johnson says he could stand some more color on the uniforms. Yeah, sure. Like some of those uniforms are like some of those gray roadies. Some of those gray road uniforms, a little bland. All right, it is 12:25 right here on the Your Pal Hal show, and we got a new Pixar movie, a new Disney Pixar movie coming out this weekend that we're going to talk about. Turning Red is dropping, and let's go to the Rotten Tomatoes website and see what the critics are saying about Turning Red. This is Rex and Reviews. I have not seen Turning Red yet, but I've seen most of the Pixar fare and Disney fare of the past couple of years, and let's see if this is recommended by the critics. Turning Red, clocking in at a robust 95% on the tomato meter. Booyah. Audience score, a little lower, 73%. And let's read the, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to read the synopsis of this film and say who's in it. There we go. Thank you, Travis. Appreciate your service. In Turning Red, Mei Lee is a confident, dorky 13-year-old torn between staying her mother's dutiful daughter and the chaos of adolescence. And as if changes to her interests, relationships, and body weren't enough, whenever she gets excited, which for a teenager is practically always, she poofs into a giant red panda. Cool. That sounds like fun, and yeah, it's got sounds like it's got some cool cultural and Asian flavor in it. I can dig it. Um, and yeah, I mean that sounds. And one here's one thing I like. I like that runtime, an hour and 40 minutes. Like, you know what? Especially, I don't know if it's like a kids movie, but you know, I don't mind. You know, if you're clocking in under 2 hours, thank you. If you're clocking in under 100 minutes, great. Right at 100 minutes, okay, not bad. That Batman movie, I liked it. Again, I've said this 15 times on this show. I really liked the Batman. Did not have to be 3 hours. OMG. Let's see the voice talent in this movie. Travis, cast and crew. Rosalie Chang, Sandra Oh. I'm a big fan of Sandra Oh. I like Killing Eve. I really liked her in The Chair, among other things. And oh, James Hong. If you see this actor James Hong, he's been working since like the 40s or 50s. And he was just in he's like, his IMDb is as long as it gets, and I had the very good fortune to work with this gentleman and spend some time with him. You might recognize him from the Seinfeld episode, like one of his most famous roles, the Chinese restaurant Seinfeld episode. But James Hong is just like an OG, and been so many Hollywood stories. And I was in an action adventure movie, a kids action adventure movie several years ago called The Lost Medallion: The Legend of Billy Stone, and James Hong, Mr. Hong, was in that film, and he and I, like, we got to just spend time like hanging out on set and off. Like, we went into town together. We shot this in Asia, in Thailand, and we went shopping at a mall in Thailand together. And he was just like really cool. Just a wonderful experience for me as a young man to spend time with this a living legend. A living legend. He has just been in Hollywood for literally like 6, 7 decades. So awesome, awesome. Cool. Let's see what some of the critics are saying about this film. All right. Yeah, really positive. Really positive notices for this film. Joe Morgenstern. I like listening to Joe Morgenstern from the Wall Street Journal when he pops onto NPR. If the if the perfect is the enemy of the good, it's banished joyously in Turning Red. Okay, so I guess it's this is a story that really calls out the idea of perfectionism, and is what it's sounding to me there. Jessica Klang from Rolling Stone. Turning Red is much like its pint-sized protagonist and goes proudly, loudly smaller while still having the confidence and the smarts to poof at will into the bright red metaphor for the elation and confusion of coming of age. Very nice. Yeah, universal themes here, because, like, hey, I've been there. Growing up, it's tough. I'm still doing it, and I'm in my 40s. Donald Clark of the Irish Times. A charming film that will win friends and trigger worthwhile conversations. The right sort of feel good. Nice. Switching up the familiar parental overbearing or understanding roles can have humanizing implications for both fathers and mothers. Moms, like dads, are only human. Dads are, in a different sense, no less human than moms. Okay, sure. And Kimber Myers from Crooked Marquee says, Turning Red is emblematic of the animation studio at its best, full of emotional intelligence and creative innovation, as likely to please children as it is adults. This sounds like a feel-good. You know what? I've seen enough. This sounds like a joyous, fun time. There you go. Like, you know what? I have not seen this movie. Reading these quotes, reading these reading these reviews, it makes me that much more likely to see it. Um, Very nice. David Johnson chiming in. I was talking about the length of films. David Johnson said it took me about 2 weeks to watch The Irishman, 3.5 hours. I feel ya. Real quick on The Irishman. Martin Scorsese's The Irishman, which I think is a very good film, not a great. It's very good. It's close to great. It's close to great. I really liked it, but I had a very uncomfortable viewing experience. The Irishman. I watched it in a theater here in Hollywood. I know it was on Netflix, but I'm a Scorsese fan. We talked about this earlier from Goodfellas. Uh, I I went to the Egyptian Theater in Hollywood. I sat in the we got there a little too close to start time and were forced to sit too close to the screen. So I was like this the whole time, and so that was uncomfortable. Too close to the screen, bad for the neck. I the seats were literally uncomfortable. Like the Egyptian theater, the seats were like old and janky. That was bad. And then on top of that, too warm in the theater. So I it was a very uncomfortable viewing experience. I watched the whole thing. I'm glad I got to see it in one sitting because otherwise I would have watched it over the course of 2 weeks, probably like just like David. Um, Glad I saw it in one sitting, but yeah, that was an uncomfortable viewing experience. But to like what David's saying, watching it over the course of 2 weeks, yeah, like Zack Snyder's Justice League, which I very much enjoyed. I was very surprised to that I liked it so much. I watched that in like three sittings. The 4 hour Justice League. Weirdly, I'm more mad. This is weird. I'm more mad at the Batman, for being 3 hours than I am at Zack Snyder's Justice League for being 4 hours. I don't know how that math works, but that's just it. Maybe it's because I didn't have to sit in the theater for 4 hours. I got to watch it in three sittings. Yeah. There you go. There you go. All right. So that was some Rex and reviews. And the new film Turning Red is available now in theaters. And is it on? Is it streaming? Is Turning Red free on Disney Plus? Oh, so it is free on Disney Plus currently.
It's not even on in theaters. It's not in theaters.
Oh, it's not even in theaters. It's not even.
Yeah,
It's not even
exclusively
in
on
theaters.
Disney Plus.
There you go.
For free.
For free. Very good. Thank you, Travis. Oh, my mom's in the house. She says I'm looking good. Thank you, mother. Yes. All right. Continuing on. Oh, you know what? What do you say? We. Oh, you know what? We were going to have. We got our special guest. Our special guest. Travis, come on in. Let me grab our special guest. Okay.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. I got
Yeah.
you covered.
Yeah. Go ahead and talk about. If you want to tell everyone about what puberty was like for you, I'll be right back.
Okay. I mean, fine, I guess. I was lucky enough to have a really good friend group in high school, so, it wasn't like a huge deal where I felt really out of place or, awkward. Also, when I was my mid-teens, I had a lot of friends that were significantly older than me, so I just kind of never really noticed. I don't even know what I mean by that. Kind of thrown on the spot here, don't. Oh my goodness,
Hello, Travis.
ladies and gentlemen, it's Batman.
Travis.
Yes.
before I talk about what I'm here to talk about, did you want to tell everyone what puberty was like for you?
I'm gonna say 7 out of 10. No real complaints.
Very good.
All right.
You know what? I did not have a good puberty.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
You see, I lost my parents in a tragic event outside of a movie theater. They were gunned down in front of me. Did you know that?
I think I had heard that once or twice. Yeah, and again, sorry to hear that. That's
And I had no one to tell me about the birds and the bees.
right.
Alfred,
And Alfred is who to you?
let's just, I don't want to give up too much about my personal life, but there's this guy, there's this old British guy, Alfred, who's like a father, who was like a father to me, sort of.
And he
But,
adopted you?
I don't want to, you don't see my face, right? I got a secret identity here.
Sure,
Okay,
sure.
people want to know who's the bat, blah blah blah.
I
And,
just, we're
sorry.
in this period of time. I just want to make sure that, that you're safe.
What's that?
Nothing. You gotta, you got some allergies? You want to take a second?
No, just this. Listen, this mask. It's it's. I'm thinking about rebranding.
Yeah, yeah. Like how? Any ideas?
Shout out to Papa Wilds in the house, by the way. Anyway, an improvement over the face of who was just in the chair. Yeah. Anyway, I got this British guy, Alfred. He didn't know the first thing. He didn't know the first thing about bedding a woman.
All right.
So
just
how am I going to get a birds and bees talk from that guy? You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Let's just yeah. That makes
Alfred, a confirmed bachelor, trying to give me the. So long story short,
So you
I
had to
did
figure
not
it
have a
out
good
on your own.
puberty. I did not have a good puberty.
If you might ask, what was the first date? What was the first date you went on like? Was there any? Did you get a pep? How did you know what to do? How did you figure it out?
The first date, I was a late bloomer when it came to that stuff because
Yeah.
my only model of a relationship ended in a blaze of gunfire and blood.
Your parents.
So, and I'm a real buzzkill. I'm like very like right in. I am like early on. I'm like, yeah, my parents got gunned down in front of me, and they're like, "Whoa, too much too soon." I just want ice cream. I just want to go to a movie, and I'm like, go to a movie. My parents were gunned down coming out of a movie, and they're so too much too soon. I'm a pretty intense guy to date. Okay, that's what I've heard. And but then women love me for my I feel like they love me for my money because I'm a billionaire. Oh, I've said to you know what? Scratch
Okay.
that.
Yeah. Let's
Scratch that.
can the personal talk. I think I don't want to put you in a compromising position here.
Yeah. So anyway, I've got some bat-related news. I guess Hal, who hosts this show, sometimes does a segment called Dumb News. And there was a story. Travis, you want to bring up this story? Oh, no, Travis.
Wrong link. Excuse me. Apologies.
Yeah, no worries.
That
I'm glad you're not here, though, because I would hit you upside the head with a batarang.
are those real?
What?
Are those real? I feel like.
Are those real? Look who you're
Yeah.
talking to.
So here's the thing, though. At a certain point, if it doesn't come back, if your intention isn't for it to come back to you because you're going to hit a guy with it, is it even a boomerang at that point, or is it just something you throw at a guy?
It's just something you throw at a guy, but it's got a ring to it. Do you have a better name? What should I call my stupid batarangs?
No, I don't know. Look, that's a good name. I just wanted to know.
Okay, listen, if you're going to bring up a problem, maybe also bring up a solution.
Okay, look, I'm sorry. That's your territory. You're the expert there. It's a good name. It's a good thing. I excuse me. I apologize.
Do you normally piss off the guests on this show?
Recently, yeah, I guess. I didn't mean to. I'm gonna stop
boy.
asking questions. I guess that's not my job. You know, if I've learned one thing this week, it's that I'm not helping.
Oh, Travis. You know what?
Yep.
Listen, it's okay. It's okay. All right, let me see this article here.
All right, let's see here.
This is bat related. Surprise guest shows up at Batman screening. Well, I snuck into. I've watched this film 9 times. Can't get enough. Real bat in Texas theater may have been released as prank. What in the world? You know what? That is. Can we play that video as I talk over it? Play this video, Travis. Bat infiltrates Texas. Stop the video. No one wants to see a car ad. Stop the video. All right, let's scroll to the article. No one wants to see. No, Travis. All right, moviegoers in Austin, Texas. You know, this is poor. I would call PETA. Also, if I found the person who released that bat in the theater, I would break their clavicle, because that's what I do. I find petty criminals and I hospitalize them. Texas got to see more than one type of bat during the screening of The Batman this weekend per AP. An actual bat was spotted swooping around inside the theater, putting the movie on pause while management called an animal control and tried unsuccessfully to get the critter out. Like, you just ruined the movie for everybody with your dumb prank, you dipwad. Sorry to use that kind of language. KXAN reported Friday guests were offered their money back, and most chose to stick it out and watch the film, bat and all, according to one moviegoer. Oh, Travis, you got it? All right, let's see this. All right. There it is. All right, the screen is blurred there. There it is. I saw it. All right, yeah. Get a little guano in your popcorn. Hey Travis, you know what guano is?
That's it's like manure, right?
It's like manure. By the way, here's a little financial tip from Batman: invest in manure. Guano is bat crap. You know,
right?
I like to joke to my friends, like, all right, pardon me, I gotta go to the little boys' room and drop some guano.
That's really specific.
Oh yeah. Or sometimes I'll also say, excuse me, fellas, I gotta go take a bat crap. All right, so in Texas, those moviegoers were treated to a bat flying around. I would call PETA and I would hospitalize whoever released that, because again, I beat up petty criminals. That's me. I see the bat signal is blowing up out there. Travis, come on in.
Yes.
And I know you've got another special guest to bring in after Hal comes back. Let me
correct.
Go grab Hal real quick.
All right, sounds
great
good. Thanks
seeing
for
everyone.
Stopping by.
Don't commit any crimes, or I will put you in a full body cast. Remember that. I am Batman.
All right. So just have that come with him wherever he goes? Is it? Huh. Oh, you can see my phone. Oh, well. We're going to get a soundboard. It's going to be great. It's happening. It's happening sometime soon. Hey, Hal's back.
All right. Wow. Very, very nice to have the Cape Crusader, the Dark Knight himself, reading that Batman centric story. That was wonderful. And speaking of wonderful, we've got a wonderful gentleman who is waiting in the wings right here. Let's bring on the man, the myth, the legend, Mario Smith.
What is going on in Los
What is
Angeles,
happening?
California? Hey, man,
Oh,
Batman was there.
yeah. Listen. You do a great show, and I don't mean to flex our. I don't mean to flex our real. We get some really good gets around
You got
here.
a great. That's the greatest guest I've ever seen on anything, anywhere. It's Batman. That's way better than what I'm
Thank you,
doing.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Batman.
But by the way, Mario, are you rocking a White Sox jersey there? What is it?
Man, baseball's back, buddy. Yes, I am. I
Yes,
am
I
super
love it.
happy. I am
I love it.
so
Me
happy.
too.
I
Me
was
too.
doing my terrestrial show yesterday,
Yes.
and while we were on the air, all the news was breaking. So yeah, it was the busiest I've been in a long time between that happening, Khalil Mack getting traded to the Los
Oh,
Angeles
Khalil Mack got
Chargers,
traded. Oh
to the
wow, I didn't see
Chargers.
that.
Yeah, and
Damn.
then the Jussie Smollett um, sentencing trial, and then what was going on in Russia. There was just so much stuff happening. So
Yes, yes,
to hear
and
that
that's
baseball was back,
especially
that's yeah,
bit and the Jesse Smollett stuff that happened in Chicago, right? So,
yeah.
yep, yep,
Yeah. We'll be talking
crazy,
about that this afternoon.
crazy.
I've got a couple of things to say.
Oh man, that's I'm sure
Yeah,
there's you got some interesting opinions on it.
couple of
What
things.
and oh yeah, and, what's tell me what your hat is. Tell me what your hat is.
So this is where the White Sox play on 35th and Shields.
I love it. I love it. That's a
It's
dope hat.
35th.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Thank you.
Oh, that is awesome. I love. So I'm a Twins fan, as I told you, and
Yeah.
listen, you and I, we can agree to disagree. And this is I got my old school.
I see you
I got
with the
my old school
Senators.
Washington Senators cap here,
Yeah,
which
I
is
like
really
that.
because I got like I got all sorts of TC and M Twins hats, but I wanted that, and then I also have a Twins minor league hat from
Sweet.
another team, which is from
You know,
one of their minor league squads.
two of my favorite players actually played on the Twins: Kirby Puckett and Rod Carew. Rod Carew,
Oh,
when I was a little kid, oh my
woo.
God, I wanted to bat like him so bad. I wasn't left-handed, but I would get in the stance and stuff. Yeah, Rod
How
Carew was great.
smooth was that guy? I
The
mean,
the best
like,
best ever.
yeah,
Yeah, as a White Sox
before
fan,
Wade
I can
Boggs,
say
like
it.
he was like
Yeah,
before Wade Boggs and Tony Gwynn, Rod Carew was just a maestro with the stick.
absolutely, absolutely. But tell me,
And
man, because yeah,
Puckett
Kirby,
is like my boy, a boyhood hero for me.
Chicago's very own Kirby Puckett.
Love it,
That's
love it.
right.
Yeah, I
But
one of my great experiences was seeing. I got to go to the '87 World Series,
oh
and
man, that must have
Puck,
been
yeah,
fun. That must
oh
have been
yeah,
a lot of fun. I don't want to bury the headline though.
yeah,
Batman was here, and I came as Batman was leaving. So
yes.
what was going on with Batman? What
Oh,
did I miss?
the Cape Crusader, he like we're lucky enough to have him as a regular guest on our show, and he stopped by to read this news story
Uh-huh.
about a bat was released in a movie theater in Austin, Texas during the screening of the
Sweet.
Batman.
Yes, that's perfect. Travis seemed perplexed at the Batman's traveling noise that he makes, his entrance and exit noise.
um,
I'm like, what's going on? Why is Batman there? Oh, that was so good. Bless your heart. You
oh,
are the
oh,
greatest, man.
Mario,
You are
you're the
the absolute
greatest. You're
greatest.
the greatest. I mean,
You
um,
know, we'll
and
see.
let me
We'll
ask
see.
you.
Still got a show to do. Maybe
No,
later this afternoon.
I just I really love that like you can you can talk about the serious stuff, but you also you're a sports fan. You're a Renaissance man. I feel like you and I kind of like I love talking about everything. Sometimes I dig
Yeah.
a hole a little bit for myself,
Yeah, yeah, I'm
but
the guy.
it happens.
Yes, I do that. I do that too. I do that really well. I'm an expert level hole digger.
Can I get your opinion, Mario? Uh,
Sure.
So MLB, we talk about baseball, one baseball fan to another. They're making some changes, and we were talking about this earlier. Are they adding to the DH to the National League?
Finally.
And yeah, oh, so you're a fan.
Oh,
See, I
absolutely.
don't mind it. I don't mind it.
Not at all.
But
Good.
my
I'm tired of fat dudes that can't hit trying to hit. I need you to concentrate on pitching.
So you don't you're not a fan of the Bartolo Colognes of the world.
Bart was my man. That was my man. But I don't want you hitting. I just don't. Don't. Just
Right. Oh, he spent some time in the White Sox in a White Sox uniform, right?
absolutely. Yes, he did.
Oh
But
yeah.
when he hit that home run with the Mets, man, I stood up. I was like, bravo, brother. I know how long he wanted to do that.
Yes.
Bartolo Colon
Yes.
was great. Super
I
great.
remember that. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Super
Very
great.
cool. And big excitement in the offing. What can for the first timer? What do they have in store for them on the Mario Smith on the drive with
On the
Mario
drive,
Smith?
well, it's Friday, and as we have come to find out here at Backchannel, weird things happen on Fridays in the chat room. So I got a plan, but I'm probably going to abandon it and concentrate on the chat room because we have some characters. So, like the people who are playing the games on the Amazon supported devices,
Yes,
they get
sir.
a little like note saying to come and watch us, you included, all of us on Backchannel, and they're like 11 or 12, and they're like, well, what? And then they curse. So they're like, what the hell is this? And then I'm like, well, why are you cursing? And then they go, well, I'm 11. And it's like, oh, come on, man. So uh, Wednesday, our whole show got sideswiped, and we just stayed in the chat and hung out with the gang. So I think we'll
Well,
do
you
that.
know what? You're a man who knows how to pivot. You're a go with the flow kind of guy.
Yeah, also, I don't want to get fired. So I got to make sure that I am nice to
Yes.
everyone.
I
Because,
feel you. I feel you.
you know,
Same. Mario, have a great show. Always a
right on.
pleasure to talk to you.
Have a good
And
weekend. Have a good weekend, Travis.
enjoy the weekend.
Thanks, man.
Mario Smith, the drive with Mario Smith is coming up right after this, and we've had a little bit too much fun. I think we've had a little bit too much fun today. And there was one last segment, and this segment is called Rejected Segments. And this rejected segment, like, yeah, we said, oh, this isn't good enough to be a segment, but and I don't there's like not much to it. It's just this rejected segment was called Hal Wears Too Many Glasses. Hal wears too many glasses, and it was just this.
We can't do 3, can we? Are we gonna go for? Oh boy. Okay.
So
Oh.
I guess we just did the segment, but it would have been somehow we would have dragged this out with like more glasses.
Yeah.
But I didn't get. I have other glasses in the house.
Well, I think more than anything else, it was like an OSHA violation because you can't see with that many glasses
Yeah.
on, and you're liable
mean-
to trip, and the whole thing's gonna come down, and that's not.
I mean, Travis.
We famously do not have insurance. Oh God. Oh no. Look. Okay. Look. Okay. It was
Travis,
cute, but now I'm.
5.
Oh, wait. Hold perfectly still.
Yes. Did you screen grab this?
Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, I want to do it too. All right.
Yeah, you do that too.
Yeah, I'll do this too. Hal wears 5 glasses.
This just became now. This is a segment. We did it.
Yeah. Travis, thank you,
Yes.
sir.
You're
I want to
welcome.
thank everybody who hung out with us today. This has been such a good time. And I want to thank all the folks at Backchannel. I want to thank producer Travis. This hurts my eyes, actually. And please stick around for the drive with Mario Smith. He is excellent, and you will have a good time. And David Johnson, I hear you. I need giant novelty glasses. I'll see everybody Monday, 11 a.m. West Coast time, 2 p.m. East Coast time. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Bye.